Hey everybody, welcome back to another 10-minute Marvel video. I'm doing this one with, you're going to hear a voice that is not so great. I'm Petter, by the way, because, well, we're going to be recording the podcast tonight, but I also still want to get a video out on the Thunderbolts trailer, because this is the second Thunderbolts trailer, and, well, Thunderbolts is not that far away. May 1st, I believe, is the release date for that one. And, well, we're almost halfway through February at this point. And I think this trailer gave us a few different things and kind of like hints about what may be going on with this movie. In particular, it talked some about how this team comes together. The Avengers aren't around anymore. I don't know what that means based off of, well, what I'm assuming I'm going to be able to figure out a little bit this upcoming weekend when I watch Captain America Brave New World. It seems like Thunderbolt Ross may be looking to put together a team, possibly with Sam Wilson, possibly not. And is this still just the leftovers of the fact that the Avengers are not a government organization, and they were getting paid by Tony Stark, who's obviously no longer part of the MCU? So, is it that? Or is it going to be something else? And they teased, I think, I don't think it's going to be what the asterisk is. I think they're going to tease several different things with it, but they teased on some posters that the whole reason for the Thunderbolts is because the Avengers aren't available. They aren't around. And there's a few other things that stood out to me in this trailer, which I thought was definitely a very good trailer. It gave us our first look-ish at, well, not really Sentry, actually. It appeared that we kind of got our first look at the Void. Because basically every time you see Sentry or you see Bob, it's black. And that might just be a choice that they're making in the trailers. It could be different in the actual movie. But it's an interesting choice, I think, to have the Void, because the Void is this exceedingly powerful entity in some ways. Side of Bob, Sentry, when he's kind of unstable. And so I think that that's going to be a unique aspect to this film. I also like in the trailer how they call out the power sets of the characters and how the power sets are not all over the place. It's a very, like, these are all mainly hand-to-hand combatants. They're really all heroes have an element of being combatant, but these all feel more kind of military-esque, which makes sense if Val is the one behind the team or something like that. And I do think we're going to find out that Bob Sentry is not the real villain of this film. I think he will do something villainous. Like, we can see what looks like the Void taking over Manhattan, taking over a part of New York. And I think that that's going to be Bob losing control. But Bob is not actively trying to be evil. Let's put it that way. So I think that the heroes, and I actually talked about this a little bit with Captain America Brave New World, but I think there's a chance for the heroes not to have to so much beat Bob in a fight, or the Void in a fight, which they still may have to do to some extent. But them beating the Void would, it's really not a situation where they're set to be able to do something like that. That said, I am really excited for this team. I'm really excited to see what we haven't been seeing in this trailer and the previous one. So like that first trailer really felt like it was everything was in the first 20 minutes, maybe 30. This one definitely felt like it branched out further than that, but I'll be curious to see how much of the Void, how much of Sentry Bob we get in this, and if facing off against the Void is the third act, or is that going to be facing off with Val once they realize, like, oh, Val, because this is my suspicion, Val created Sentry, gave Bob powers somehow, was part of some CIA operation, and, well, it created Bob, got Sentry out of it, got this potential insane powered hero, but with that comes the Void. And now she's like, her pushing Bob to do particular missions or stuff like that is maybe what has pushed him over that edge, which then I think there could be a face-off with Val to some extent, though obviously Val's not super powered. So maybe it is a face-off with the Void, but it could be a face-off kind of like in the original Avengers film, where the big battle was with the Chitauri, but you had to deal, like, to win the fight, you had to deal with Loki. Like, Loki is that linchpin. So maybe it's a situation where Val can control Bob Sentry a little bit. Maybe not so much the Void, but she points Sentry at the Thunderbolts when they push back on her, and that triggers Sentry because he knows that these are good people who, well, saved him from something, or like interacted with him in kind of a more normal way than other military folks have. And so he's pushed, and because of that becomes the Void. So I think that can make sense as well. And potentially if Val does have a way to control him, a la Winter Soldier keywords, calming down the Hulk, whatever it might be, I think then it could be that fight of we can't ignore the threat of Bob, but to actually end this fight, we're going to have to get past Bob to Val and stop her. But that's just kind of some of my thoughts on this. I was surprised that there wasn't anything else from Marvel on Super Bowl Sunday, unless I missed something, but pretty sure I didn't. I thought maybe we would get like it might not have been just Marvel, but like a Disney Plus spot for shows coming this year, which could have had stuff like Daredevil in it as well, because Daredevil's coming up soon. But with the trailer they gave me for the Thunderbolts, I'm very pleased with it, and I'm excited for that movie to come out. This has been a great week and a half by the time it's done for Marvel stuff, because I'll have had 3 episodes of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, a trailer for Fantastic Four, a trailer for Thunderbolts, and, 3 more episodes of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, and Captain America Brave New World. Let me know down at the comment section what you thought of the trailer. Did you enjoy it? If you enjoy this content, please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button, which is the same thing as what I said before. And if you want to check out our full thoughts, podcast normally comes out on Sundays because of the Super Bowl and just the time that gets done, plus this trailer we knew was likely coming. We're recording it tonight, which means you get to hear more of this voice. Hopefully it's a little bit better by then. I'm going to try not to talk for several hours now. But you can find the podcast here on YouTube. Click onto the channel, subscribe, as I mentioned already, if you haven't. And we appreciate everybody who is subscribing and helping the channel grow and checking out the videos. And then click on the podcast tab or search for 10 Minute Marvel wherever you get your friendly neighborhood podcasts from. But with that, take care, everybody.